Live from Sweet Swine County, where every day is sweet, it's Split Hoof Tonight with Billy Gates and the Broken Windows Band. Hi, I'm Earl Silo, and now let's welcome Sweet Swine's one and only Cousin John.
Hey folks, welcome to another great edition of Split Hoof Tonight. Earl, how are you tonight?
I'm doing fine, Cousin John. How about you?
Good. Hey, you know, the other day, I went up to, I was up north there a little ways, and I stopped into that Edie's Cafe, you know. Got me a meal to go. Got a big old hamburger, some French fries, malt, big piece of pie. I grab it all, I got my bag, and I go walking outside, and there's a little homeless guy standing outside there. He says, "Hey, pal, can you help me out? I haven't eaten in 3 days." I looked at the food, and I looked at him, and I went, "Man, do I wish I had your willpower." Anyway, so Earl, did you hear the one? Snow White and Superman and Pinocchio. They're going out for a walk one afternoon.
Okay.
They're walking down the street, and there's a sign there that says beauty contest, $100 to the winner. And Snow White goes, "I got this. I'm the fairest of them all." So she goes inside. About 5 minutes later, she comes out, got $100 on her. They walk along a little further, and there's another sign that says strongman contest, $100 to the winner. Superman goes, "I'm the man of steel.
Yeah.
I'm going in." He goes in. A couple minutes later, he comes out, $100 bill. They walk along a little further. They had a liars contest. Pinocchio goes, "I got this." He goes inside. About 30 minutes later, he comes outside, kicking the dirt clods, goes, "Who in the hell is this Hillary Clinton anyway?" Anyway, folks, tell you what, we're going to go and see some stuff that's going on outside Sweet Swine County. We'll be right back with a great show for you.
Get ready, because just when you thought you'd gotten the cockleburs out of your overalls, they're now on TV. That's right, this is one weed you won't want to pull. The Cocklebur Morning Show, with hosts who deliver a mix of news, entertainment, and information about the communities throughout our story country. Now on this station and the web.
Hey, folks, thanks. Welcome back to Split Hoof Tonight. Hey, Earl.
Yeah.
How come every time we're doing a show and you're supposed to be the co-host, you're playing around on your little interweb machine there?
Well, you know, there is the neatest stuff you can find on the interweb. And, you know, I got to thinking the other day, I should become more socially involved, we'll call it, in Sweet Swine County. So I was out on the interweb. I was out looking for some ads in the Daily Boar. And I found a couple ads of a couple different... Well, that's why I went there. Figured that was a safe bet.
That's right.
So I went there and I found a couple different ads for a couple different clubs.
Okay.
And I've narrowed it down to these two. What do you think?
Well, let's see what you got there.
The first one is Singer Wanted. The Wandering Tabernacle Choir, directed by Lonesome Ron, a.k.a. the King of the Valley Yodelers. They're holding auditions for singers for the upcoming holiday season. This much-beloved choir wanders around Sweet Swine County one night each year, performing the well-known song, "On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me one load of hogs."
Yeah, that kind of sounds like a load of something else. So,
but that's the favorite.
What else they say?
Well, this year the group announced that they will only be caroling at the homes in Sweet Swine County that have well-stocked liquor cabinets.
Oh, yeah.
Well, their thought is that due to the global warming, they fear that this may be an especially cold holiday season.
Because it's not global warming now, it's global climate change.
Climate change. Well,
then if it gets cold, they can still blame it on that.
Well, yeah. And that way, at least at each home, the singers hope to warm their vocal cords with libations that make their efforts worthwhile and help them make through it a cold night of caroling.
Sure.
So, anyway, the auditions will be held at the home of Betty Thompson. For the audition process to go smoothly, she asks that those that wish to become part of the choir come prepared by stopping by the liquor store over there in Corn Row.
Oh yeah, well you got to have the proper tools.
Yeah. And the other ad, and I'm really on the fence on this one, but
okay.
Mourners Wanted. One of Sweet Swine County's best-known clubs, the Professional Mourners Club, is now in need of 2 additional mourners.
What happened to those 2?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yes, this beloved club has long been enhancing the sadness of events throughout the county with 19 professional mourners
19.
for large, sad events, and the famed Wailing Sisters for the smaller ones.
Oh, yeah, those girls can wail.
Anyway, whatever your mourning needs are, wedding, anniversary parties, lodge meetings, bachelorette parties, or retirement parties, the professional mourners are guaranteed to make a sad moment the saddest ever.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, you mentioned that anniversary parties. I had a friend of mine, he was married 13 years. He said it was 4 of the happiest years of his life.
I wonder if he'd have made it 14 if he'd have hired them.
Might have. You never know.
Well, Club President Ima Tierson shared they can call over the phone if they want to audition. But just be aware that all calls are going to be recorded for quality review by fellow Mourning Club members.
Oh, so you got to call in and do your morning right on the recording then.
Right, yeah, and then that way they can review it later on. So,
you know, Earl, I'm
I-
kind of
I
thinking you might be better off with the choir there.
the choir,
I have heard you sing,
that will,
but I have seen you partake in libations also.
Oh.
You're kind of more fun that way than mourning. So.
yeah, well, but I've been told that my singing may lead to mourning. I don't know.
You could sing till morning. Too.
There we go.
There you go.
Okay, so maybe that'll be the one I'll run with then.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, folks, hey, we got a great show coming up for you. Right now, we're going to take a look. We'll be right back.
Get ready, because now you can watch a full of fun daytime talk show that shares the latest and greatest news about the people, places, and events found all over our story country. The Women of Sweet Swine County, hosted by 3 sassy ladies that tell small town stories with big town attitude. Now, on this station and the web.
Hey, folks, welcome back. I tell you what, we're in for a big treat today. Please join me in welcoming from Perham, Minnesota. That's in Otter Tail County up there in west central Minnesota. Gentleman by the name of Brian Osterday, and he's going to tell us about his business called Wildlife Minnesota. Come on in, Brian. Hey, Brian, welcome. And I tell you what, you have brought some really cool stuff here, folks. I can't wait to find out about this stuff. It's really nice.
Hey guys, before we start, you guys got to get rid of these baseball hats and wear a couple of my hats.
Oh, this.
Yeah, you got one down here.
Okay. I'll see. Should have worn my Cadillac, drove my Cadillac today. This one's I'm gonna try this one. That was a little small.
There you go.
There we are. Now we're set. So what's this made out of?
That's actually made out of coon.
Coon.
What's this one?
Okay.
Coon.
Oh, this one's coon also.
All right. So now, Brian, Wildlife Minnesota. What is it that you do?
Actually, I'm a furrier. I actually sew fur. I custom build hats, slippers, fur mukluks,
wow.
and
Okay.
some of my newer things like the deluxe head hats that nobody does.
Wow. So that's like, these are almost remind me of the Native American, like the ceremonial cape hats that they wear.
Yeah, the deluxe ones have taken it a little bit farther with the full head and the full teeth.
Yeah, that's really something.
That's kind of a little bit more. Also, I do the fur boots here.
Oh, look at those.
These ones I just got done with actually here this Friday. This is for a customer, and these are actually red coyotes.
Oh,
This
look
one
really
here is
warm.
the wolf. It's actually a wolf. Yeah, wolf hide.
Wow.
So these are wolf mukluk boots.
Wow.
I actually will take 3 measurements and I can custom make you a pair of boots. So I really don't go by sizes. I actually cut everything out individually
To fit your
to
foot
fit the
specifically.
person, the customer that's going to wear it, because not everybody has the same 2 size feet. You know, and they're always going to have a little bit different feed. And that one there is Earl's holding here is beaver. It's a little bit more of a reddish beaver to it as far as the coloration goes. Typically they're a little bit more brown, but beaver can variation.
Sure.
Animals can variation in color altogether.
Wow.
But these are definitely a winter boot if you're looking for a winter boot.
Oh, wow. Yeah, they're really, really. And they're not as heavy as you'd think they are. But
No,
they sure
about
look
an
like they'd be warm.
average. I think for shipping wise, I think for shipping, I don't think one pair has ever weighed over 7 pounds shipping.
Wow.
So actually, the most of probably what weighs is the rubber vibrant soles on the
Sure.
bottom of them. I don't know of anybody that's actually left in the lower 48 states that'll custom make you a pair of boots. They're
Wow.
gone.
Those are
You'll
really,
either have to go to Alaska or Canada, and they're not going to be the same. They construct them a little bit different because they don't have the rubber soles on the bottom of the boots. They actually run leather because their snow is a lot drier and colder.
Oh,
they
sure.
don't have all the salt like we do. So if you want a really good boot, a winter boot, this would be the way to go.
So now, you don't actually go out and hunt and trap the fur. Do you buy that from suppliers or?
I've got
from
suppliers that I buy
trappers
them,
and
yeah.
hunters
Yep.
and that?
Yep. That's the way I do it. I've got a lot of network people
Sure.
in my area that some of them will take them in from the trappers and they do the skinning and the fleshing and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Then we send them out to a tanner. We don't do the tannering at the in-house too because
Okay.
that's another whole nother
Yeah,
job.
that's a lot of work right
That's
there.
a whole nother job. And you can't run a retail store like I run, and that's what I run. I run a retail store that, I carry a lot of local art. I mean, from the area, hand painters, wood furniture. I got a gal that does the hand painting. She does it on feathers. She's really, really good
Oh,
at
wow.
that. I've got some retired people that do some wood carvings and stuff like that. So this shop is really worth stopping in. I mean, I get compliments all the time that this is the best shop in town. So when you hear that over and over and over,
you can start to believe it then.
you can
That's
start
right.
to believe it. I also do a full line of slippers over here.
Look at
Slippers and
those.
booties. Them are actually very, very popular if you're looking for something for Christmas and whatnot. That's beaver with Arctic fox. This
Oh,
is beaver
wow.
with red fox. So, I mean, you got a little bit of different colorations in
is
common. That's coon with the Arctic fox. And down the bottom there, over there, there's a pair of booties. Yeah, these are the booties. They're a little bit higher up. And I can add a sole onto these, Earl. So,
Okay.
if somebody wants to use it maybe to run to the mailbox
Sure.
or uptown or something like that. These also have the straps on the booties, so it makes it a little bit better. I've also gotten a line of children's booties and children's hats.
Oh, look at those.
Oh, wow.
If you're looking for the greatest, baby shower gift.
You won't. You won't get doubled up on your gift.
This
there.
is actually muskrat.
Look at that.
That's muskrat fur. These are actually beaver with red fox fur on them. So, I mean, if you're looking, and I do these all the way from size 1. I could go all the way up on children's size to 8, and then you go into adult sizes. So I've got a various sizes
Sure.
I can go from.
Fun for the whole
These
family.
don't have to be so much custom because they're booties and slippers.
Right.
Slippers can be a little bit loose. They don't have to be so tight. I also have the baby hats over there. This is another new product I actually been doing is the baby hats. I think it's kind of a unique
That's
and
cute.
kind of different.
Yeah.
That's beaver there on that one. And then I also do the can koozies. Mr. Raccoon over here is demonstrating a little can koozie there.
Oh, he's using one himself. Or
And then I also do, these are very popular. If you're looking for an unusual gift, here you go.
Oh, there we go.
I mean,
a skunk can koozie.
there's nothing better than,
Folks, you gotta
a
love that.
gift for somebody. I had one person come in the shop, stop at the shop, and they bought one of these, and they went up to their vacation place where they were camping, and the next weekend they came back in, and she said, I gotta have 10 of them.
Gotta have 10.
And I says, 10? She said, well, yeah, we went up to Coon Lake. Well,
Oh, coon.
Who'd have thunk?
It's raccoon can koozie.
Take this out Skunk Creek.
I mean, right,
Yeah.
or Skunk Lake, or
Yeah.
actually, them are very popular too. A lot of people like them. I also do the bottled ones. That one's actually the deer one for the deer hunters.
Sure.
You know,
There's the whitetail.
you got to have something
Yeah.
for. And these can also be used not just for can koozies. You can actually use these for pen holders.
Sure.
You can actually use these for dice shakers. Actually, I call this bottle/can koozie. It's actually what it is a miniature coyote is what it is.
Little feet
But
on it.
it actually separates and it actually goes to cans. So it's you kind of get two into one.
Multi-purpose there.
It's multi-purpose. You got
I
it.
like that.
One of the newer things that I've got here too is the wine bottle tops. The
Okay.
smallest Davy Crockett hat.
Oh, look.
What do you think of that,
I
Earl?
think that'd look good on my whiskey bottle.
You actually can use them on a whiskey bottle. You can actually use them even on a straight beer bottle.
Yeah.
You know, as far as that goes. So
That's cute.
there you go, the smallest. And I actually did bring these for a couple of you guys too. And
Well, I've been told, folks, that we've even got a bottle topper for everybody in the studio audience today. That just goes to show you why we're the hottest ticket in town. Oh, look at those.
I also do the mittens and the chops. These actually happen to be beaver. You know, when you get out in the cold, especially 2 years ago, remember that 3 months that we didn't see above zero for a high?
Oh, no, there's one's got to be popular with the Wisconsin football fans.
Yes, this one's very popular
out the
with
Badger.
Wisconsin Badgers. Wisconsin, actually, it's against the law for Wisconsins to trap them. Because it's actually a state animal, so and that is that way with all states, which
Sure.
it should be. You know, you got to protect them into some way. The bear down below here, that's popular with Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Duck
the bear
bears.
games. And Earl here's got the bear hat on, my new deluxe Mountain Man bear hat, which is very popular with the Chicago Bears.
Yeah.
And then behind me here, Earl, we've got the Canadian lynx. Actually, this one is not Canadian. This is actually Alaska lynx. There you go.
Wear that up to the ladies' basketball game there.
You know, I go up to the Ilpa Festival, and I'll tell you what, you see a lot of these hats up there, but,
Oh, yeah?
you know, it's there you go.
I like it.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
That's the Alaska lynx. And then over here, we have actually the coyote. Mountain Man one. We're going to let you try them all on. How's that sound?
Okay.
If you want to just turn your back to me, I can just help you out a little bit. Well, you know, one thing nice about it, I don't think anybody will mess with him. If he
No,
goes
he
outside.
looks like a bad guy there. Well, Brian, if people want to know more about your place, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
You can actually go to wildlifeminnesota.com is my website. You can also go to Wildlife Minnesota on my Facebook page. I actually post everything on my Facebook page, and if it's going somewhere, I always list that it's going, like if it's going to Chicago, Illinois, I'll put Chicago, Illinois on it. Another thing too, not too long ago, I got to meet a pretty good celebrity, which was Kentucky Headhunters. They strolled into my shop.
Oh,
one
really?
day, yeah. And I was just about ready to close, and they were doing a concert in Ottertail County, and the one guy goes, the road manager, he says, "Oh, just a minute, I got a friend. He's been looking for one of these hats forever." So he was down at another shop, and about a half an hour later or so, he come strolling back, and said, "Where's your buddy?" Well, I couldn't find him. He had brought one of his other crew members with him, and anyways, we were sitting there talking and whatnot, and in comes Fred Young. Do you know Fred Young?
I'm not familiar with
He's
him.
actually the drummer for the
Okay.
Kentucky Headhunters, and they go back to 1968, I do believe. And actually, I made him a Daniel, a raccoon hat. And it was kind of interesting because they just released a new album, and on the front cover, that hat was on the front.
He's
cover.
wearing that. Oh, that's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
So now, Brian, I know you told us you've been doing this for a good number of years, but I understand that there's some historical connections to your store. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I actually have probably about 10 first sewing machines. One dates, well, actually, two of them date back to 1895.
Wow.
They're actually the first sewing machines that were invented for fur. I've only seen two of them. One's got American flag hand painted on the back of it. The other one's got actually a flower actually painted on the back of it too. They're all treadled, you know, they're the really old ones. This last one I just got, it was found outside of New York. They had discovered a barn that had 700 sewing machines in it. In this barn that was just all sitting there. And only one in that whole barn was a fur sewing machine. All the other ones were other. But not only on top of that, I've got one other sewing machine that it's got a lot of history to it, to itself. Back in 1850, Kickerbockers was the company, and they invented the ABC blocks.
Okay.
That's where they got the name. Well, in 1925, they started a stuffed teddy bear outfit where they were making stuffed teddy bears for toys because, well, we didn't have Walmart.
Sure.
You know, Walmart did not exist. So toys were always handmade. Well, moved up in quite a few years in middle of 77, they actually won the license for all the Walt Disney characters, Raggedy Ann, Smokey Bear, all them other ones.
Oh, wow.
This sewing machine actually sewed them products.
Really?
There's only one sewing machine, but how many bears did they make on it? So, I mean, there's a little bit history there. I've also got another sewing machine that was out of the, I can't even think of the name now. It was another toy company is what it was. It wasn't as big as the Kickerbockers toy company, but it was another toy company. But some of my other sewing machines come out of old leather companies. I've got another one that came out shortly out of, little ways out of Brainerd up there.
No kidding.
That used to actually sew top hats.
Oh, wow.
So I mean, there's a lot of history, you know, in my,
Yeah.
in the shop and the store that when you guys stop by, you can see all the history and the store itself and all the cool things.
Well, you can count on me coming by to see it. Now, Earl, sometimes he has a tough time leaving the county here. But thanks for stopping by again,
Sure.
Brian. It's great, great to see all your stuff. Folks, thank you for stopping by. And we're going to see you again next time. Good night, everybody.